Tonight, from NRG Stadium in Houston, Texas, it's Week 14 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Houston Texans taking on the Miami Dolphins.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Miami Dolphins and the Houston Texans. Hi again, everyone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, we look at this Texan ball club entering play here. It's late in the year. We all know it. We've seen the calendar for these guys. Their bodies could probably use a break, but they have to push on.
And they're really not as worried about that as maybe we think. They know they've got the entire offseason to rest. All they care about is the game in front of them and finishing strong.
Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway.
And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25.
So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their second-year quarterback.
If you ask coaches at any level to design their ideal leader of a team, I think they're going to check every box with this guy. He's got the poise to handle responsibility. He stays calm under any kind of pressure, and he brings out the best of his teammates each and every week.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And right away, they're going to stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
This defense for the Dolphins, they were excellent a week ago in the victory over Arizona.
Yeah, they gave up 17 points, but that's what you would consider a goal for each and every defense, because if you give up 17 points a game all year long, you're thinking you're going to be a playoff team because you expect your offense to score more than that. That's what you're looking for. Room to improve, of course, but I'd have to say a very solid performance.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Pope. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
In today's NFL, we're accustomed to the tight end getting downfield and creating plays and wreaking a little havoc in the secondary. Not on this one, though. They diagnosed that one really well.
Tried the dump off, lost yardage. To throw on 3rd down, Ford. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
Watch out for Hill on the return. That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return. And it'll be Dolphin football. Good starting field position for the Dolphins as they have it 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. Off play action. Loomis. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down.
As we both know, there was a lot that went into why they made him their first-round pick this year. Part of it was what they saw in college, his playmaking ability when things break down. As soon as he saw he wasn't getting a lane to throw, he pivoted and found an alternate way to the marker.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 38-yard line. Looking to throw. Loomis. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test them early. But they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
On 2nd down, here's a run with Singletary. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Back to throw. Loomis. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
Yeah, on 3rd down, you know those. You can almost hear the defensive coaches on the sideline pre-snap. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Really good job there of identifying it and making the play to force 4th down.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through, and the Dolphins will jump out to a 3-0 lead. A lot of energy in this building tonight, but the opening drive produces 3, maybe quiets them just a bit, at least momentarily.
Just a little, right? That's all you're asking for, right? Things just getting started. You know they haven't taken the momentum totally here, but at the same time, they like what they've done here in the early going.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
And there, of course, was a lot of talk about this ball game coming into play. 2 division leaders in the AFC. Could this be a potential playoff preview down the line?
Yeah, and I think when you're talking about the talk about this game coming into play, you're talking about me because I blew up your phone all week prior to this one. I was so excited about this game because to me, it's not out of the realm of possibility that these two teams see each other again down the road. I like this matchup. They match up very well against each other.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground.
And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain. 2nd down.
The numbers for him from a week ago. 10 carries and even 60 yards and a touchdown.
When a winning streak stretches this far, you start to wonder if a team is truly unstoppable. And here's a guy who's been very much the legs that have helped drive this team to wins week after week. And even when teams have keyed on him and tried to slow him down, he's still gotten the job done enough to avoid a loss. Talking with him in pregame, though, he thinks that this week could be his biggest week yet.
So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3. Nothing after 1 on EA Sports. The Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Ford.
That throw taken in by Jamison Williams.
And he is going to have a Texans 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that wasn't the first option.
No, it came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag, completed it very well.
They'll roll him out right. It's caught at the 10. Touchdown. Justin Jefferson with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Texans have moved out in front. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he'll very wisely take a knee here as they'll bring this one out to the 25 on the touchback.
So Miami coming out for their second drive.
And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. On 1st and 10, Loomis. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
Out routes are always timing routes. And if the timing's off just a little bit, it can really throw off a play. It looked like he let him a little too much there.
Yeah, there was a fraction of a second because he caught it, just couldn't stay in bounds. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. On the right side, open is Gesicki. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. A 46-yard boot, but just 36 following a pretty decent return of 10 yards.
And the Texans will take over.
Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
He's got a man complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. They give him a gain of 37.
We see this happen so often. If you're a defender, it's like watching a bad movie over and over. The pressure is good, forcing the quarterback out of the pocket. But it's a lot to ask for these defenders to stay plastered to receivers long enough. And sure enough, they let a man come open, and the connection leads to a big play.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Off the play fake. Ford.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
The quarterback got away with one there. Looked like he was in line for a pick, but instead it's knocked harmlessly to the turf.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line.
Running up the middle, here's Dillon.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Operating from the gun. Ford. Escaping the pressure right.
Complete. Jefferson the target.
And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it'll be 4th down.
I thought once he got out of the pocket, he was looking further downfield. Instead, he brings his sight lines back to a shorter route, settles on his receiver running the drag left to right, and they wind up not getting a whole lot out of that one.
On 4th down, Ford. Throw left side complete. That's Pope. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal.
I didn't like the play call. I loved it. Running situation for sure on 4th and short. They got their defense to commit too many men in the box to stop the run and have the guts to go for the pass instead. And as a result, they're set up 1st and goal.
And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
During that run, an injury here. We've got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. Off play action. Ford sliding out of the pocket. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
No surprise there. He was looking for one of his favorite targets again as soon as he left the pocket. But the coverage was good downfield. They got right to the receiver and helped prevent that completion.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Operating from the gun. Ford. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's a pretty play there. Got in at the last second, helped force the ball free, and kept them out of the end zone.
And his kick here is good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3.
So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Miami set to take over.
Just a lone field goal for them so far, trailing 10-3 as they come up 1st and 10. Singletary to get the drive started, and he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, in every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Singletary again, and this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. Our score 10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Back to throw. Loomis rolling to his left. Skirts by him at the 35.
And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaken up on the play.
Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Looking to throw. Loomis. Reynolds with a catch out on the right side. The Dolphins moving with a sense of urgency here. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Loomis.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. So it was already a gain on the completion, but tack on some more with that penalty.
Absolutely. No matter what angle you're making the tackle from, you can't grab the face mask, and that's just putting your defense on its heels just a little bit more.
So the penalty yards marched off on the face mask. Here's 1st and 10.
Back to throw. Loomis. Open man is Hill. He's got it.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense...
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down.
I thought there at the end he may have had a chance to release that, but that pocket closed a little too quickly, and down he went.
Yeah, he was certainly trying to do everything he could to extend the life of the play, probably counting in his head 1, 2, and then he ran out of time.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. On now the Miami field goal unit. He connected on his first, this from 41. And his kick is indeed good. And that'll bring him back within 4.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And the Texans going to get the football one final time here in this first half.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. A good gain on first has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Operating from the gun, Ford. He finds his man, complete. It's Pope. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. First down, Ford. He's going to loft one deep left side here.
And it is incomplete. Good positioning there downfield to break that one up.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. The final shot before break. Ford. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete.
Well, we're in the latter stages of this season. Everybody's getting antsy, so antsy that we're going to skip the halftime and get ready for the third quarter. The Dolphins down on the scoreboard, but they'll have it first as we get going in this third quarter. And we will not have a run back here as the second half starts with a touchback. The Dolphins getting set to go back to work here in quarter number 3. As they begin their second half here, Charles, offensively, not where they want to be, obviously. They're losing in this ball game, but very much within striking distance. We'll see what adjustments they make in the second half.
Is that the old glass half full, half empty type of a deal? Which way do you want to look at it? Because you're right, they're down on the scoreboard, but there are definitely opportunities now, because if they want to go ahead and get going in this one, get back to the running game. I think there are going to be some places to go with it, and I think the offensive line will appreciate the chance to fire out and hit people.
That's a good point, because they virtually had nothing going in the ground game in that first half.
Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or two short here with third down coming up.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Well, the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
And this will be taken at the 13.
Good head down running on the return, gets about 15 yards.
And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Here's the Texans offense now, readying for their first possession of the second half. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
To throw on second down. Ford.
Middle of the field to Jefferson.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? Throwing on first down. Ford. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete.
And they're going to get this up to midfield.
And good yardage there on first down, because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Off the bootleg. Ford. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete.
And he is going to have a Texans first down as he's able to get about 3 that time on 3rd and inches.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first from the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. play fake. Ford. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
Partner, there's a downside to everything, and the danger of man coverage is if you're locking down your target, you often turn your back to the quarterback and you don't see him. Sometimes you open up a big lane for him to hit you for big yardage, and that was an astute play by him to scramble out, see that lane, and burn them for a first down.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's second and 2. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry.
And the Texans are going to have a first and goal as he's inside the 10 down to the 7-yard line.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Running game working, they'll stick with it on first down. And he'll be taken down after a minimal pickup, and that will take us to the end of quarter number 3. So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on second and goal? Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, that's a good piece of quarterbacking right there because he certainly felt the pressure coming. The alternative, getting sacked for the first time. He didn't like that option at all. Did a nice job saving yardage by throwing that one away.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, third and goal. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Touchdown, Texans! From 4 yards out.
And the Texans add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
Extra point right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 11. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And the result, a Houston touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over.
Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone.
On first down, they'll start out with Singletary. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. The last run got 3. Now here's second and 7. Looking to throw. Loomis over the middle and complete to Waddle. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. So here's a first and 10 at the 38. Operating from the gun. Loomis. That's into the hands of Reynolds. A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, fourth quarter. Maybe you do start to watch. Is the arm there, the leg's still there? This has been a tough game. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48.
So they cite the right guard this time with a holding penalty.
And so many different assignments you can have at that position, and sometimes you might just be a step too late and have to grab and hold on.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. That's going to bring up fourth down. Only a gain of 2 there.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a fourth down?
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Dolphins can't convert on fourth down. And the Texans take over an excellent field position. Now a play fake here on first down. Out to his left. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down.
Well, sometimes the defense just beats you. Great coverage from the secondary. All of them in the proper position. So instead of trying to throw into tight coverage, he found a way to throw it away and come back and try again the next down.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
The first down line at the 34 here on third down. Operating from the gun. 4. Dancing, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Bradley Chubb able to record his 5th sack of the season.
On is the punter, Johnston, now as he sends this one away.
And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And a nice pickup as this one gets him to the 10-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
I think they're ahead of schedule now after that run. They might be bold with this second down call after that type of a gain.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
2nd and 4.
Operating from the gun, Loomis. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Operating from the gun, Loomis. He's got it complete to Waddle. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Clock running here, under 90 seconds to go. Into the hands of Singletary. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. The Dolphins moving with a sense of urgency here.
And that's into the hands of Gesicki.
Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game. And how about the dime look here? 6 DBs on 3rd and inches.
Daring them to run the ball.
Off play action. Loomis. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. First down now, but the clock continues to move. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Back to throw. Loomis.
And he'll get this underneath to Singletary.
And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. 9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Loomis.
Got a man. It's Waddle, complete.
So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second-half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Texans, the win moves them to 12-1 now on the year. And they'll get to stay home again next week as the New York Jets come to town. Meanwhile, for Miami, it's a loss that could have implications on the playoff race as they fall to 9-4. And they'll try again next week at home against New England. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.